Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Your health, your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. It's about lifestyle. So the choices we make every single day, they will determine the kind of health we're going to have. We can thrive, not just barely make it. Who wants to do that? We want to do well. We want to lose the weight we want to lose, feel and look our best, and have the kind of energy level to really have a productive life. That is the absolute key. Louise in Hattiesburg, Pennsylvania sent us an email that said, I work on my feet all day, and I've had noticed that my knees have started to hurt. What could this be? Well, it just depends on a couple of things. It's like if you work retail, you didn't mention that, but if you worked retail and you're on your feet all day, maybe you wear heels and you don't wear very good supported shoes, you can start causing hip pain, low back pain, ankle pain, anything like that. It could start to bother. And the reason for that is just because of the weight bearing constant all day. Now, if you have really good footwear, there's some really good products out there called Good Feet. And there's Good Feet stores all over the country. But Good Feet, it's a great brand. They have these custom orthotic type pieces that fit exactly to your feet and can alleviate a lot of the common knee and back pain that we see that can be quite the challenge like you're talking about. So that's one other area we need to look at that's important. And now the other piece too is, if you're young, you don't really have to worry about it, but osteoarthritis and degeneration can happen from wear and tear as we get older. So that's another piece you have to look at with the knees and the joints themselves. So just a couple things to think about, but typically it's going to be the shoes and the footwear. Because a lot of times if you're wearing, like let's say it's a favorite pair of shoes, they're really cool shoes, you like them, but they're not really serving your body as well because they're not, you don't have as good of a posture with them, meaning that maybe your feet kind of rotate inward when you stand in those shoes, or if you have heels on all the time, it puts your knees or your hips in a certain position where it can create a lot of pain. That's something you have to be a little bit careful about. So a lot of times it really does come down to footwear, but I'd check Good Feet out. It's a great company. I definitely am a fan of those guys for sure. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Go to our website and check it out. See if you can find anything you need. We're your healthcare on demand. That's the game plan here. So we've got lifestyle providers, healthcare providers in your area that believe the same way we do. All this nutrition and lifestyle-based care we talked about. So a lot of people, of course, we talk about lifestyle, and lifestyle is our medicine. Lifestyle medicine is really what I teach and preach, if you really want to get down to it. I was having breakfast with some businessmen the other day, and they asked me really what the specialty is, and really the field is called lifestyle medicine. That's why our clinics are called the Center for Lifestyle Medicine. And our lifestyle, our choices we make every single day, is going to produce the outcome that you have for your health, whether it's your joint health, your mobility, your thought, the kind of cells you're going to have. A lot of people think it's just a big lottery. Some people get cancer, some people get heart disease. There's some genetic involvement to that, but a lot of it comes down to our lifestyle choices. It really does. So, we make the decision on what we do every single day, how much stress we manage, how well we manage it, the foods we eat, the air we breathe, water we drink. We choose all that, or we drink no water at all. We don't exercise. We're sedentary, right? Or we let stress overcome us, or we keep toxic relationships in our lives. I've seen so many people that have had just massive toxic relationships. And what that does to them. And not getting enough rest, working 3 jobs and never taking a break. And, there's a balance to all of it that gives us a high quality life. And that has to be managed. 888-283-7272 is the number. Give us a call. Diabetes cases now are quadrupling, since 1980. So the number of adults worldwide with diabetes has quadrupled in the last, 3 decades, almost 4 decades, climbing from 108 million in 1980 to currently almost 500 million. Think about that. So it was really, really heavy in some low-income areas of the world, like in China and India. There's some areas they really noticed it. Global diabetes rates rose from 4% to 9% among men and 5 to 8% in women. So the price tag for treating and managing the disease totals $825 billion a year. You wonder where they get those numbers. That's amazing. So diabetes has become a defining issue for global public health, and an aging population and rising levels of diabetes mean the number of people with diabetes has increased dramatically. And this was all done at Imperial College in London. A lot of these stats were, but the statistics were not divided between type 1 and type 2. They were all combined. Type 1, if you don't know, it's more of a genetic condition, autoimmune in nature, which means the immune system starts to attack the pancreas. There's certain cells of the pancreas it starts to attack. It deteriorates the pancreas a little bit, and that's why you have to be on the medication. And you'll see a lot of type 1 diabetics. They get the pump now because there has to be a constant flow of the medication to be able to help them. So a lot of this was published in Europe, but amazing though at what it is, because in Western Europe diabetes rates rose as much more sharply in low to middle income countries. And, of course, in the United States, we're seeing it just rampant right now. It really is. I mean, it's amazing in our clinics that we have calls and emails and people that we talk to and coach and whatnot. It's just amazing how many people have diabetes. It's almost normal. It's almost like, well, yeah, I have diabetes. It's not a shocker. You know, it's like blood pressure and diabetes are not shockers. High cholesterol, not a shocker. It's like everybody and their grandmother has it. Feels like that anyway. But that's what we're here for. We want to help you undo that, unwind that. Your lifestyle can be the medicine that your body needs in so many different ways. If we just know what to do, that's the key. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. What are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. Your health, your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. It is about lifestyle. And that's what we want to focus in on. No matter what you're struggling with, it's amazing. So the choices we make each day will determine the kind of health we're going to have every single time. And as much as we want to believe that it's just genetic, it's not. 10 to 15% maybe. And we're still debating on that right now. So we know that everything we do every single day is going to give us the high quality life that we're looking for. I'm going to jump in and talk about a new fountain of youth for aging muscles when we come back. And I'm going to also jump in and take your calls. I know you've been waiting there. Send us an email. We want to help you get in shape. All digital, all health on demand. Your healthcare on demand. Everything you need to be healthy. Products, nutritional products that are organic at the prices that are competitive to get you healthy. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to AsaRx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
So glad you're here with us. Check it out on the web. Go to InShapeNetwork.com. It's your healthcare on demand. We're here for you each and every day to help you. Now, there's a fountain of youth that they're saying, or they're calling it the fountain of youth for aging muscles. I saw a guy yesterday that I was hanging out with, and it was amazing that we were talking, and I asked him what his age was and how young was he, as I always put it. And he said, I'm 78. And you should have seen him. Looked amazing. And he said, yeah, I used to be 260 pounds. Now I'm 190. I work out 5 days a week. Listen to this. He's still running a major real estate company. Major. Multimillionaire. And he's running a major, huge company. At 78, he's still blowing and going. And he's still working out in the mornings, 4 to 5 days a week. Works out with weights. Does circuit-style training. He said he started doing this like 30 years ago. And then he quit for a period of time. Gained all that weight, 260. Dropped the weight, got back into his routine. And I'm telling you, there is a frailty that happens in the 70s. And if you don't get on a good game plan in your 60s, remember, everything happens in 10-year increments, okay? So your body will, what you sow in your 50s, you're going to see it in your 60s. What you sow in your 60s, you're going to see in your 70s. What you sow in your 40s, you'll see in your 50s. So it's kind of that's the way it works. And cancer even develops in a 10-year increment. Like a tumor that's going to take you out does not form in 2 months. I mean, there are some aggressive cancers. Don't get me wrong. And this is not, I'm just giving you an overview, but the reality is that everything happens in 10-year increments. So you want to make sure that you're giving your body everything that you need with your lifestyle each and every day. So they're talking about now is interesting, though. The guy looked great, and he's doing great, strong, fit, healthy, and living a great life. So it's really, really cool to see that. I love seeing guys that, and women and ladies that take care of themselves, no matter what their age, and they're doing it. I mean, you don't have to look like the latest Hollywood movie star, right? But it's about the effort you put out every single day to give your body the best chance it can to be strong. Strong is the new thin. Thin used to be the cool thing. Strong is the new thin. Being strong with everything in your life, that is what's cool. And as they would say, that's what's trendy, I guess. 888-283-7272. Give us a call. Go to the website. We're here for you. Intensive exercise, they're saying, is the fountain of youth. So just going out and lollygag walking where you're barely sweating, where you can talk to 3 people at the same time and talk on your phone, that's not exercise. Okay, so don't count that. So you need to be pushing yourself. One key to keeping muscles young is close to the nearest gym. High-level exercise, they call it. Keeps older people's muscles young at the cellular level. So exercise is definitely an important contributor to the functional performance, like balance and keeping your basic strength so you can lift up a frying pan. But staying active later in life can help reduce muscle loss. There's some different folks that did this. Jeff Power, who's at the University of Guelph, he said that the Power explained as people get older, they lose muscle mass and strength, and this process speeds up after age 60. But the researchers found that muscles decline is slower in elderly who are elite athletes. So I don't know about you. I don't know if I class myself as an elite athlete. I know I'm an athlete. But when you hit your When you hit your 60s, that's when things start to turn. I think really it's 70, okay? Now, this is all the researchers, so I'm not going to deny it. There's a major shift that happens at 70. So reported recently in the Journal of Applied Physiology, investigators compared the muscle of world-class track and field athletes in their 80s with people the same age who lived on their own but weren't athletes. Compared to the non-athletes, elderly athletes' legs were 25% stronger and had about 14% more muscle mass. In addition to the athletes that had nearly 1/3 the motor units. So it's pretty amazing what happens. So it's not even about genetics. It's about what you're doing every single day to give your body what it needs so it can function at a high level. That's really the key. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. We're here for you each and every day. If you're looking for a lifestyle provider, just let us know. We'll have someone in your area that believes the same way we do. All this nutrition and lifestyle-based care. Let's go to the phones and talk to John. Hi, John.
My red blood cells do not leave my body every 90 to 120 days. Mine seem to accumulate, and I was wanting to find out and see if there's any other way of dealing with this other than a phlebotomy every so often.
Well, if that's what your doctors are having you do, then you want to follow their protocols. I will tell you this, that one thing you want to do is focus in on your quality of what you're doing each and every day, especially with things like B12 and iron, folate and vitamin C levels. Those are going to be very important. You get a lot of that out of your fruits and vegetables. So you want to make it a goal as you're eating, let's say 3, 4, or 5 meals a day, is to make sure you're getting high quality nutrients, that you're not eating processed box dinners or things out of a box, but you want to make sure that you are really following a strong amount of high antioxidant fruits and vegetables. It's just going to help. It helps all of these areas, especially produce the red blood cells. Red blood cells are extremely important, and as well as the white blood cells and all of your blood cells that you put together. But yeah, what you're talking about, that condition, that is one of the standards, but also it's what you do every single day to manage the quality, okay? And your exercise, your eating habits, all of that matters, even if they still have to do the procedure, because you want to create the best quality and give your bodies the ability to make the best quality. And that comes from the foods we eat every single day.
Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, it's convenient. Just put quality Keto Chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto Chow tastes amazing. So make Keto Chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Did you know that? Food is our medicine. It can be our medicine, really more than just about anything else. Between exercise, which is very important, and the stress we manage and the rest we get and all those key lifestyle principles, our food really is so powerful. And that's what I love about it, because the foods we put inside of our body really do become our body. You see, our body can only take the raw materials that we give it, and it's either going to make one of two things. It's going to make good cells or it's going to make bad cells. Okay? And when we see that every single day in any type of medical practice, we see that the body either gets healthier or it doesn't. And I think now there's more than ever any options that we see with nutrition and what to do to make our bodies healthier. So I love to highlight different foods and really talk about what they can do to the body, because it's amazing that you could eat something like a banana, get potassium, and it can help your heart, right? Or it's amazing that you could eat kale and know that it can help support the blood cells, or that it can help give you more fiber. Or if you get 50 grams of fiber a day from vegetables, that it can cut your colon cancer risk by 50%. When you see all that, you think, okay, wow, this is amazing. So food is our medicine in a lot of different ways. And if you eat a bunch of junk food for a long period of time, and it can make you really sick. If you don't believe that, just watch the documentary Super Size Me, where the guy ate fast food for like 30 days, and that's all he ate. And look at what happened to him. Pretty amazing. So we're going to talk about a food today that I think is super powerful. Been around in the South, where I'm from, for a long time. One of the staples, of course, the way they cook it here in the South is probably not the best, so it's probably better to leave off some of the extras and keep it simple. But we're talking about mustard greens. Mustard greens are great. So unlike their fellow cruciferous vegetables, the mustard greens have not really been a direct focus of a lot of studies. believe it or not. It's not the glorified kale and all these others, spinach, but it's very powerful. And a lot of studies, over a dozen studies involving cruciferous vegetables as a group, including mustard greens, at the top of the list for cancer prevention. It appears to be a standout area for mustard greens when summarizing their health benefits. And the connection between mustard greens and cancer prevention shouldn't be surprising because it's in the same family as a lot of the other leafy, the dark green leafy greens that we have. But there's a strong 3 key areas I want to talk about with mustard greens, okay? It stimulates the body's detox system. Yeah, the body does have its own detoxification system between the liver and the lymphatic system. Our body has an amazing detox system, okay? So sometimes you just have to eat the right kind of foods to activate it. So it really goes in, it helps the body's detox system, helps its antioxidant system, right, to protect the cells. The antioxidant system is our shield to protect our cells. And then third, it's inflammatory, anti-inflammatory system. So the chronic imbalances in any of these 3 systems can increase the risk of cancer. And when imbalances in all 3 systems occur simultaneously, the risk of cancer increases significantly. So among all types of cancer prevention, and the following cancer types are most closely associated with the risk of mustard greens: bladder cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and ovarian cancer. Okay, so the detox support, which is provided by the mustard greens, is pretty strong. And that's what's interesting about it is you can cook them, you can blend them in a smoothie, you can make a big salad with it. You just don't add a bunch of stuff to it. I think you got to keep it simple. You can add garlic to it and saute it. It's phenomenal at what it can do. But the mustard greens detox portion, I think, is very, very cool to talk about, because what happens is the body has this phase 1, phase 2 detoxification where sulfur-containing nutrients boost this phase 2, and the mustard greens contain phytonutrients called glucosinolates that can help activate the detoxification enzymes and regulate their activity. So 3 of these glucosinolates are really important, but if we fail to give our body's detox system adequate nutritional support, it does not work. And the cool thing about the mustard greens is that they work in such an easy way, and they can keep a lot of the cells from becoming cancerous, which is amazing. So we're talking about mustard greens, and food is medicine. Check out our website anytime. Go to InShape Network and check that out. We got a lot more with our articles and things that we talk about there. But the antioxidant benefits of mustard greens are really strong too. And remember, antioxidants, so oxidation is what happens in the cells. So when you have anything from sunlight, which I know is supposed to be good for us, but you've got chemicals in the environment, these can come in, and potentially overuse of them can damage the cells, right? They oxidize us. Poor air quality create these oxidation in the cells. Well, the antioxidants that we get from our fruits and vegetables can make a difference. They're like the shield. But the mustard greens come in, and they're an excellent source of vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, and manganese. That gives a high level of support for 4 conventional antioxidant nutrients. And these nutrients come in however you eat it. Doesn't matter how you eat it, but it can help reduce this chronic oxidation, or we call it chronic oxidative stress. And the mustard greens, again, just eating maybe 1 serving a day, coming up with ways to mix it into a salad, can provide all these benefits. But the biggest thing is that it can help shield the cells against further damage and protect them. So it's one thing to eat the right kind of food so we can make the right kind of cells, but then we also need to be able to protect the cells in our foods and what we do every single day with our foods. That's why I believe it's our best medicine, because you can unwind negative health. Just because you have poor health, or maybe you've been diagnosed with something, or maybe you're taking certain medications or whatever, you really can't undo that. You really can't unwind that if you get the right kind of foods to eat. And mustard greens are one of those foods. Now, they have a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits too. It's an excellent source of vitamin K. The mustard greens provide us with great amounts of anti-inflammatory nutrient. Vitamin K acts as a direct regulator of our inflammatory response. So, again, we have a lot of things in our environment that create inflammation in the body. And when you have certain foods that can come in and help reduce that inflammation, it really is great. So this chronic oxidative stress we talk about, produces inflammation. The more you can detox the body, the more antioxidants you can have, the more supported the body can be. And so a lot of the risk of the cancers and chronic diseases, specifically cardiovascular disease, can be prevented in a lot of ways. Now, mustard greens are great for cardiovascular support too. Super important. So researchers have looked at a variety of cardiovascular issues like heart attack, ischemic heart attack, and atherosclerosis. They found preliminary evidence of an ability of the cruciferous vegetables to lower our risk of health issues. And regardless of the specific cardiovascular problem, one particular is the inflammatory nature of what we see. And scientists have not always viewed cardiovascular problems as having more of an inflammatory component, but they do. And we're seeing it now. You know, the cool thing is we're learning more about inflammation, and we're understanding that our lifestyle is what predicts that more than just about anything else. So it's just cool to see that. So what happens is when you eat certain foods like mustard greens, they can support the cardiovascular system. And here's something that's really cool. They can help regulate cholesterol. So cholesterol, we always thought it's a bad thing, but it's not. Cholesterol is actually a good thing. We need the cholesterol to make the body as healthy as possible because it has key components, especially with coming in and supporting making our hormone system, a lot of our cell protection. All of that's super important. So one of the things you want to count on with mustard greens is they can help the liver, which makes the cholesterol. Okay, so it can help with the HDL cholesterol, that's the good guys, and can also help to lower and make the right production of the LDL, which we call the bad cholesterol. But they're both good, okay? You just don't want too much of the LDL. So it helps that, and then also it goes in and it can support bile acids, which help to break all this down. It also helps the gallbladder. So when you eat a fat meal, the gallbladder is very key. It's instrumental in making sure that those fats break down effectively and that supports the body. So that's one thing you want to definitely look into and make sure that you're breaking your fats down effectively. Okay, mustard greens, again, high in fiber, high in phytonutrients, high in vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, manganese. All those are really important. But it really helps to lower the inflammation, supports cardiovascular function, which is extremely important, helps to ward off cancer, and the biggest thing is it's got strong detox support. So phase 1, phase 2, liver detoxification, the mustard greens is a great natural way to eat every single day and let that be your medicine. So it doesn't matter if you're taking 3 or 4 medications. What I want to get you to understand is that you can be in charge of you every single day. And our foods that we eat every single day can become the medicine that we have, just like our lifestyles are medicine, right? Food is that key ingredient that is that foundation. And if there was something that, as a doctor, I would have to say an apple a day, well, all your food every day is what can keep the doctor away. It really is. So our food is medicine. It's powerful. Check out our website, and you can get more articles, more information, and listen to more details like I'm talking about right now. And always our lifestyle providers are around to help you. Just go to the website. Our team members are always standing by to help get you to the next level with your health and with your life.
Did you know that you can listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Off to the phones, go to Kendra. Hi, Kendra.
I have fibromyalgia talking about clearing out the body, about the inflammation and what I need to do, and I just don't really know where to begin or how to start my diet and things like that, or change my diet.
Well, fibro, as we call it, there's still a big debate. I mean, if you ask physicians, the older physicians, because fibromyalgia is fairly recent diagnosis. I mean, a new category diagnosis. If you ask older physicians, they'll have mixed opinions. They'll say, "Well, I don't really know if it's a diagnosis or not." The younger ones, I think we're so used to it and we get trained with it that it's just, yeah, okay, you have fibro. But there's so many mixed feelings with it because it happens as a result with depression. And I guess, well, let me rephrase that. It happens a lot with low serotonin, okay? Because not everybody with low serotonin is depressed or feels depressed, okay? And low serotonin, you could not feel depressed and have a good outlook on life, but your body aches all the time. And that low serotonin a lot of times is what's causing the fibro-type symptoms. Well, there's some tests you can have done. Your doctor can check it. A lot of times the first line of treatment is doing an anti-inflammatory. That's one of the first lines of treatment, is to do that. You really have to look at what you can do to build those levels back up. Serotonin levels, there's a lot of things in your diet that can raise it up. 5-hydroxytryptophan, for example, is something that can help. But also eating higher levels of protein, chicken, fish, beef, eggs, and keeping that as a priority in your diet can make a difference. So that's a big key. So you have to look at just some of the basics of what you want to focus in on. But I mean, I'm happy to show you. It's one of those things with fibromyalgia that you have to look at is that you can rebalance the body so many times. Okay, you're not stuck, and it can be an omega-3 fatty acid deficiency, for example. I mean, that's a great point. We do testing in our office. We do all these vitamins and mineral deficiency testing that we do. Our lifestyle providers do that, and it's standard protocol. We have two areas that we work on in lifestyle medicine. Okay, people that have a lifestyle situation that needs to be, we call it lifestyle rehab, right? But it's people that don't have the best lifestyle choices that want to learn how to get their lifestyle back in order. So there's a lifestyle rehab category we work on. You're taking 3 medications, you're overweight, you need to figure out how to get a better lifestyle so you can get that better lifestyle prescription, right? So we work on that. And then there's people that are injured, or we call it injury rehab. So it's people that maybe have some arthritis in the knees, or they've hurt themselves playing sports, or they've been injured in an auto accident, and they've got some injuries that need to be rehabbed physically. Well, that's more of an injury rehab, right? So there's lifestyle rehab, injury rehab. With fibro, you could say, well, it's just a medical condition. Well, maybe, but if you take somebody that's had poor eating habits for 10 years, sedentary, been in a stressful relationship, lost a child or lost a loved one or something horrible like that, you put all that together, that person needs a lifestyle rehab overhaul, because there's so many factors that have built up over time that you've got to figure a way to get them back where they need to be. So it's the only way to do it. So anyway, my point is this, is that in fibro, there needs to be a lifestyle rehab happen. The biggest thing is to figure out what your deficiencies are. Get somebody to test your blood, figure out if you have serotonin deficiencies, or if you have some other vitamin and mineral deficiency cofactors that might be low. You may have an omega-3 fatty acid deficiency. A really good omega-3 test, it shows the omega-3 6-9s that we do, that shows, because your omegas are your foundation. If your omegas are not right, then nothing else can be right. I really believe that. I think your omega-3 fats are just literally like that concrete foundation to build the house. So you have to have those in a solid way. So it's one of those deals that you got to figure out what's there, what's not. The medicine is a good Band-Aid temporarily, and I'm not anti-medicine at all. I'm huge on building up a better lifestyle, and there's 2 ways to do that. So you have to build a point where you and the doctors or team or whoever's working with you understands where things are. And once you do that, you can build a great, great piece around it. Okay, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. You can check out all of our original health programming, radio shows, TV shows, podcasts, our articles. We've got a health store that has all kinds of nutritional products that are organic and all kinds of great tips to help you. Our lifestyle providers around the country, too, as well. 10 signs of bipolar, or we call manic depression. It's an older name, manic depression. We call it bipolar now. A lot of people get on medication. Some people don't even know they have it. So here are some basic signs and symptoms. Abnormal or excess elation. If people are over-elated, over the top all the time, could be one. Unusual irritability, decreased need for sleep, grandiose notions, increased talking, racing thoughts, increased sexual desire, marked increased energy, poor judgment, inappropriate social behavior. See any of those? Talk to a loved one about it. Get them to a doctor. Look at some of it, analyze it. Some of that's just cool. I mean, just because you're overly excited doesn't mean you're bipolar. But I'm just saying, look at all the symptoms together. But it's another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, Jay Patrick, engineer John Garrison, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person something you learned on the show. Together, we can transform the health of our friends, our families, and our communities. You're listening to the show. It helps you get well, stay well, and live well.
Listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora. For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the AsaRx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.